Get here. Oh, weird. Hi, guys. Hi. Hello. Hello, everyone. As in no one, because no one's watching right now. So we're just gonna wait for some people to get here. So right now I'm just talking to myself. I'm actually kind of nervous. Actually kind of nervous. Actually kind of nervous for this because it's been a year. It's been a year since I went over this song, and it's important to note that. What up, Steve? What up, Steve? We hereby also inform you. I'm so sorry to the Europeans. Listen, you fucking Europeans. Listen, this will be on YouTube. So if you stayed up late for this, I don't know why. It will be online. So you don't have to I don't know, be like, oh, I'm going to miss the live stream. Like, maybe someone will maybe Soul State will edit it into a cohesive overview of the track instead of all the rambling and shit. You know what I mean? All right, Dancing Pineapple. I got pregnant during the time I waited. Did you really? All right. So today's stream. Today's stream is about Pretty Please by Dua Lipa. And we're gonna go over the session, and this way, the last time I did this, if anyone remembers, was last year when this fucking horrible pandemic started and everyone was home baking their fucking sourdough, hey, it's gonna be 2 weeks of staying home from work, ha ha ha. And I was like, oh, I'll get into fucking live streaming or something, and why not just, and I did it on Instagram Live anyways, so, and the quality sucks, and I saw that people actually care and, find the stuff interesting, so I thought it would, and then I got a bunch of requests on my Discord to do it like a redo on not Instagram Live quality. So, a year later, I've hopefully fixed my audio issues and my resolution issues. Although, I'm not gonna say that we're not gonna have any, but I'm gonna check my shit. Anyways, okay. Do you have any tips for coming up with great chord progressions? Is that the question that you waited to ask? That you got pregnant while waiting to ask? I use Scalar and Cthulhu because I suck at playing chords. Anyways, so I'm gonna go in a general order of drums. We're gonna go top down. Drums. We're gonna cover the drums. We're gonna cover the bass, which is really kind of simple, and some of the shit is very unremarkable, but who cares? That's what it is. So this is one of my favorite songs I've ever been a part of. I fucking love it. So we're gonna go over the drums, bass, chord stuff, chord probs. I don't know why I called it that. We're gonna go over a bunch of shit. All right. So let's wait another minute maybe before we start, just in case people come late or something. I don't know. Anyways. Who brought the lyric idea for this song? Honestly, I don't remember. It was, the song was written by Caroline Aylan, Julia Michaels, myself, and Dua. We all wrote it in the room. We all wrote it together. It was a very, very fun session. I think it was one session where we actually finished writing this Fever song and then wrote Pretty Please. It was a great day, to say the least. Anywho. All right, we're about to get this party started. Cloud, please give me a master tip on arrangement and transitions. Okay, yeah, there's going to be some transitions in this one. But this is less of a Q&A stream and more of a like, I just want to break down and show anyone that's interested all the parts and, you know, things that make the song a song and stuff like that. Anyways. All right. Let's see. Do we know anyone in the chat room? I'm going to be paying attention to the chat room, okay? EU. Oh. Oh my God, the Europeans hate me. I'm so sorry. Again, you can catch it on YouTube. Catch me on YouTube. I mean, like people music production streams repost my streams sometimes. They're great. So, yeah, anywho, let's get started, baby. Let's do this. Woo! Cool.
That's pretty neat.
All right, let me chill. Let's cut. Let's. I'm gonna close the folders so for dramatic effect. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. So the song is Pretty Please. If you don't know it, this is how it. No, Pretty Please, not Pretty Neat.
Let me slow it down, put my mind
You know this song,
at
do you?
ease.
If you don't, here it is.
Pretty please,
And also,
I need your hands on me.
remember, you're not hearing the mix. So this is the session I sent to get mixed. So it's probably not gonna sound as great. Let's be honest, because your boy is not a mixer. All right. Oh my God, I feel like you're gonna be so disappointed in the bass. It's literally one track, but there is like a sub underneath it and stuff, and there is some interesting shit, and the guitar, and we'll get to it. Let's start with the drums, shall we? Now, the feel of this song is a lot of fun. And on the first time we went over this song, I played this video that I want to show you guys of Nate Smith, who I think is one of the greatest drummers on the fucking planet.
That's pretty neat.
Like, I don't understand half of what he's doing when he's doing it, but all I know is how it feels. So like, I was watching a ton of his videos, and you know, around the time that we wrote the song, and I was listening to the way he plays, like he lags his hi-hats, right? So like, there's this video is great. Around 10 seconds here, he starts to do this kind of feel that you can kind of hear in Pretty Please a little bit. Right about here. You know? And then there's also, I gotta find, hold on, it's like the Zildjian part 1. There's this other beat that he plays. Where is it? It's, hold on, let me find, I wrote the time
That's
down.
pretty neat.
9:18. At 9:18, he starts playing this beat, and I just want you to listen to the beat because it's important. And then I'm gonna play, Pretty Please is a lot faster than this, but it's where he places his hi-hats is very important. So, listen to the beat. Shout out Nate Smith, the best. Ready? Notice the hat. Okay, so it's like, it's not a triplet, but it's also not straightforward like it's almost a triplet, almost, but not. So anyways, long story short, that feel was kind of the vibe that I wanted to, like the way he times his hi-hats is kind of the vibe I wanted on the hook. Okay, now granted, it's a lot faster. Okay, but I want you to check out the hi-hats. Because without the hi-hats, whatever, right? But it's the hi-hat that creates the push and pull. Because it's easy to show you by, why am I in triplet? It's easy to show you by looking at the grid. Like this is 16th note grid, right? So you can see the hi-hats don't line up. I mean, on the like on the 1 and 2.
That's pretty
But the, what is it, the 8th note? The one in the middle. it like lags a little bit, which creates the like push and pull kind of feel, you know?
Sweet
It almost gives the illusion that's like, it might not make the brain feel like the hi-hat's late, it'll make you feel like your snare's pushed, you know? It can, like, that was what I was trying to do. I don't know if I did it, but that's what I was trying to do, okay? So, the feel is inspired by Nate Smith of the way the hats work.
sweet.
I wonder if he's ever even heard this song. He's probably like, oh, I fucking hate that song. Anyways, so let's take a look at some of the layers. Wait, I'm just checking on the chat room real quick. That's freaking slick. I know, right? I mean, yo, like Nate Smith. Anyways, oh, here's a cool thing about this song. There's 2 kicks. There's the verse kicks. Actually, I'm going to mute the vocals for just a moment so we can focus on the important part, the production. The first kick is not the same as the main kick and the pre. Actually, no, the pre is different too. Sorry, there's more than. No, wait, let me take out the snare. There's 3 kicks. Well, that's an Oliver loop. But basically, you can see these guys, this is the progression going into it in terms of drums. So like the first time around, we don't have the same as what we have in the hook, obviously, right? Anyways, so there's this little kick here that it's more like a knock. Basically, we're gonna use this for dynamic, right? Okay. Let's see if there's anything else interesting. What? What is this? I don't remember doing that. That's why I was muted. Okay. Anyways, so check it out. First hook. And what's also cool about this song is that every section has a little bit more than the last, you know? Pretty traditional move in terms of a producer. But like, okay. So we're gonna stay on the drums for a minute because there is one more really cool thing that is maybe like I don't know if anyone else has this, but like, do you have like ideas of your own that you like? Like, I normally hate most of my stuff. Like, you guys have only heard, you only hear the songs that get cut, you know, and I probably bat 8% maybe of the songs that I work on ever come out. So, but anyways, this song, this is one of the ones that I really like, and what I really, really love was I used LFO Tool to make this crowd sound like an up hat, you know? So check out the second verse drums right here. And more particularly, specifically this. Of all the ideas I've ever had, I think that's the coolest one. The rest of them have been terrible. So, anyways, that was like, let's see, I'll show you. Hold on, let's get what's the name of the file? Percussion loop crowd party. I'll just recreate it for you so you can see the thing, because it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so it comes from this loop, right? We're just gonna like quickly recreate it, because and this is just a good example of like how fun LFO Tool can be for all these other things. Beside, what the fuck? Whoa, I just lost audio for a second. That was weird. Can anybody hear me? Hold on. Let me make sure my audio still works. Can anybody hear me? Hold on. Okay. Make sure my audio still works. Whoa, our first glitch. All right. Okay. Anyways, here we go. So basically, I'm gonna recreate it. Oh man, that made me so nervous. There was a time when my audio started looping and everyone was like laughing at me while I was laughing because I thought I was being funny, but I actually couldn't hear it. I know, cool story, bro. Okay, anyways. Oh wait, you know what? Actually, I think I put it in musical mode because there was some rhythm to it. wait, it was more. It was like...
That's pretty neat.
I think I did. Right?
That's
Like...
pretty neat.
Anyways, it's like... I can't really recreate it, but... I think I chopped different parts of it. But anyways... Really cool way to use LFO tool. You can like make hi-hats out of white noise with LFO tool or whatever. You know, there's a bunch of, I think there's a volume shaper plugin that Waves makes or something. I don't know all the names of them, but whatever. Anyways, it's, chat getting weird. Chat's always getting weird. Pay no mind. Anyways, so, and as you can see, by the way, we're going back to the verse kick for the verse, right? But in this verse, the only difference between the first verse and the second verse is that crowd, which was going to be an up hat, but that just sounded sick. So, all right, let's take a look at these hooks and see what else we got going on here on the drums. So let's look at the difference. Well, there's only like one,
That's pretty neat.
I guess an open hat. Okay, big fucking whoop, okay? Big fucking whoop. Very important. Listen, there's marginal things that maybe you don't notice like right away, but I'm a strong believer that the subconscious will notice it, you know? And like, it might be a small, barely noticeable difference, but it's still there. And it's not, as long as it's not getting in the way of or distracting from the songwriting, then I think you've achieved your goal, you know? So, oh, and one of my favorite fills ever. I fucking love this song. Big whoop. Big whoop right there, baby. I had to turn up the headphones for that one. Anyways, super simple, very dumb. You know, nothing special here. Just I didn't. Doesn't even look like I transposed them. Wait, let me look at the source of this.
That's pretty neat.
It came from Contact. It was a sample that I just pitched down in MIDI. You know, like in triplets. But I cut it and faded out the ends,
That's
as you can
pretty
see.
neat.
So, man, I really got to turn that noise off. Whatchamacallit? It just makes me lose track of what I'm saying. I wanted them to sound tighter, so I faded the ends, you know? Anyways.
That's pretty neat.
Oh, and here's what's really cool about these drums too. There's a lot of atmospheric shit. So like there's a clock ticking in the background the whole time. In the hooks, right? You can see like...
That's pretty neat.
Well, you can hear it actually a lot in the break from the first hook to the second verse. Anyways, shit like that, like it's noise and it's not that big of a difference, but like, I don't know, it does something. Again, our super laggy hat. Let's look at the processing on this because I don't know why. Oh, okay. Again, it's been a year since I've gone over this song, so I feel like the first time I did it, I was way funnier, but the resolution was just so bad, and I was definitely more, familiar with it. But anyways, more examples of LFO tool doing amazing things. Let's see. This is our chain, by the way, on these hi-hats. You can tell there's a little bit of EQ. I'm going to put them in order here. And then a limiter for who knows why. It's not even limiting. Good job, Ian. I don't know why that's there. Anyways, a little bit of high end peeled off. Let's hear it without LFO tool. Let's see what they're actually doing. Yeah, it's a little too messy. The first one kind of just like quiets it, Makes it more about the hit, and also softens the transient
pretty neat.
a little bit. Also, I don't know what this one's really doing, if it's doing anything. I'm pretty sure this started as an attempt to make the second hat of like at lower volume. So like get the feel like instead of to like you know? Like I use LFO tool a lot to do that. Like hear the second hat? But it looks like I didn't really do much about. These are all the things you could do with LFO tool. I think it's my favorite plugin. Really. All right, moving on. Let's see, anything else cool in the drums? Okay, yeah, the bridge is fun. In the bridge, we finally get the up hat. Let's look at the layers. There's a snap. I don't know where that's from. That might be a sample. That might be a sample of... See, the problem is, too, that some of these are printed. Okay. I wish I could show you the source of everything, but, like, as a project gets done, like, I might have 15 tracks that are just dedicated to this, right? That's like a bunch of claps. And I'm like, dude, I don't want 15 tracks on my project, so I bounce it down to 2. It's something I learned from Noisia when they were interviewing, talking about like the art of not being precious, and they say that they said that they bounce, like they'll make a beat and then bounce it down to a 2-track just so that they have to commit to it. So like it's a way of committing for me. Obviously I have commitment issues. Yeah, it's probably an Oliver sample, let's be honest. Everything I use is Oliver. All right, let's go through the layers a little bit. I'm gonna loop this so we can look at each layer. Snare beef. That's a monster little snare there. And this, I think this is just to help the transient a little bit. Yeah. So this layered in with this clap is reinforcing the transient. I wonder if I flip the phase or anything. Nope. Yeah, see, flipping the phase actually takes a little bit out. So they're in phase. I'm complementing it. I'm layering the snare. I'm adding a transient to it, you know? I'm getting surgical with that bitch. Sorry, I shouldn't be cussing so much. My last video on YouTube got age restricted because I just say the F word too much. But hey, that's the real world. All right. Let's go through. So we're going through layers. Ooh, there's a lot of stuff in here. Okay, let's keep building. Let's just keep building on. Little kick. Who's this guy? Little extra kick. See, like everything is so compartmentalized too. It's like, as the producer, right? No one knows how many layers you're using as long as it just sounds like one unit. Like you can get away with shit like putting a random open hat from another kid or something in there, you know? It's like you're making it one unit out of tons of layers, out of like however many snare layers. You're using one for the beef and one for the transient and, you know, one that's part of a loop from something, other song or something, you know? It's really all this. Like so much of the drums is actually atmospheric, you know? Like if you take away the main transients, we got the clock, this hat, shaker. What is this one? Just more lagged ass hats. Like there's so many layers that aren't even the kick and snare. I want to put in all those layers. Wow, kick room. So we're like right now we're just playing the ambience of the drums. What else is there? Nothing there. It's pretty awesome. All right, what else we got? So final hook. We actually introduce a tambourine. Wow, would you look at that? A tambourine. Okay, so check it out. You can see the difference here, right? Hook 2, hook 1. Let's see. Hook 1, hook 2, hook 4. The finale, the number 12 pizza. As my good friend Lauren Israel used to say.
That's pretty neat.
Is the final chorus. We add a clap, a hat, or a fucking tambourine. We're introducing the ride tang. It's supposed to be a ride cymbal, but at the front of the hook, right? That's different. And we're also introducing a bunch of other... I mean, this was in the bridge, the shaker, but anyways, progression, you know? So, final chorus has always got to be the big one. That's what I'm saying. Anyways. Cool. Audio's still working. Let's go over the bass. All right, the bass is not that, like, amazing. It's literally my shitty P bass. My shitty playing of my shitty P bass. Expertly edited. And there's also, like, when we started the session, I had, like, some, you know, in your console, in your U80 console, you can set it to U80 record versus monitor. Anyways, I had it on record and I had reverb on the friggin' bass by accident. And I realized halfway and then I stopped. So, like, some of the notes have reverb on them. Oh my God, I'm not gonna be able to find it. Oh my God, I'm not gonna be able to find it. There it is. Okay. Really random, like, mistake that ended up I just left it in there because fuck it, you know? But if you listen to the bass, you get a little bit of... That's from a take where I had reverb on it. I was just like, oh, damn it. I can't believe there was reverb on it. But that's the bass is literally very... I mean, there's a couple layers, but... Oh, so you can hear reverb on that one too. There too. Let's make the waveform bigger so we can see. So look, if I zoom in the waveform all the way, you can actually tell the edits pretty well by the silence in it. So like you could tell that there's reverb here, right? Because there's like noise. So you can see how much silence I'm actually adding or how much I'm taking away from the bass. So I'm really making it tight in certain areas. Like that's dead silent, except here. So like one of my favorite things to do is to like, in production, and not in real life, one of my favorite things to do is violate space. Like basically establish like an atmosphere or establish a room and then totally violate it. Like, you know, introduce a reverb and then cut that reverb off. You know what I mean? Like I said, I only do that in productions, not in real life. No one likes that.
That's pretty neat.
It's not. Okay, so anyways, you can see all these like, well, all the yellow parts are silence that I chopped out. So like no line noise at all. Like right here, you could see the little bit of line noise and reverb. You can really hear the reverb. Right? Ooh, that shit is nasty. Okay, very important addition to the bass here. Let's unzoom our, or zoom out a little bit on our waveforms. Okay. On the hook, a sub bass is introduced that comes in underneath the bass. And if you guys are watching on an iPhone, you won't hear this. But like, basically on the chorus, this comes in, which is just a subharmonic, which is complementing the live bass and adding a sub that wasn't there from just the P bass alone. right? Now here's a cool thing. On the second hook, this is the first hook. Basically, all the bass on the first hook is these two things. Why is my mouse is acting weird? Whatever. Who cares? I'm not gonna obsess over it. Who does that, right? Okay. So second hook is just those two, right? Third hook, we're adding. Wait, let me take the drums out so you hear. We're adding this little guitar guy. Wait, I need to take off LFO tool too. Because LFO tool is ducking the crap out of it. And it's chopped. And chopped to match the live bass. Pretty sure I didn't. No, it looks like I did take out all the noise in between. Everything, it's pretty tight, I just didn't want it to sound like a separate element. It goes back to what I was saying like a few minutes ago. Like you're presenting something to the listener. They don't know how many layers is in your bass. If you don't, I'm just like, it's multiple layers, but it's one element. You know what I mean? So we got the sub bass, the live bass, and this hook guitar, which is different than the first hook, which is just bass. Second hook, right? Layers. That's about it. See, that kind of unremarkable with respect to the bass. I mean, that's it. So the whole. Let's put LFO. I almost said UFO tool. That'll be a weird plugin. That's it. Let's go over the next part. What's the next part? What should we do? What should we go over next? What should we go over next? Should we do the chords? I guess they're next. I'm not being all dramatic about it. Let's just fucking go. Layers. Oh, there's some cool guitars here that my friend Juan did. And I feel like, shout out Juan, by the way. Congrats on your deal, playa. I feel bad, like, if Juan, if you're watching this, which I hope he's not. I don't know if I see him in the chat room. Anyways, I cut up the guitars to shit. Like I went real ham on them. So, anyways, let's take a gander. So nothing guitar wise comes in until the second pre. This is our first pre over here. Let's put the vocal in. Second pre, we introduce guitars and stabs, like, which is a bunch of shit together. Like, let's mute the vocal real quick. We're focusing on production just for the moment. So, pretty simple. Let's look at the layers we got. Juan, are these yours? I can't tell which ones are Juan's or which ones are mine. Because I added a bunch too. So I don't know. Whatever. We got those guys. Then we got some synths. These are very important. Lower mids. Complement these frequencies pretty well. Again, layers. We're noticing a theme. Layers. So that's the guitars. Oh, the effects are going to be fun. All right, I'm going to mute the effects for now too. Let's look at the hook. Again, tons of little, let's just solo the chords and listen to the layers. Well, something's happening. how do you come up with all of these ideas? Yeah, it's kind of like as I'm going through it, I'm like, oh, you know, it'd be cool. That's it. That's usually how it happens. It's like, oh, you know, it might be cool to like emphasize this part, or you know, there's a. It's also like, I think my brain tends to go try to fill gaps that, you know, where I'm worried that like there's not enough, you know, think about, okay, the most general way I could say it is rate of information, right? Think about it in terms of how much information I'm giving to the listener at once. Like the second hook is, if I just left it the same as the first, there's no new information. So maybe maybe it won't be as engaging or something, or as interesting. So it's like, you know, I find the gaps, fill the gaps. But here's the thing though, that can lead to like overproduction. It's not about always filling every fucking gap. It's like, you got to serve the song, right? You can't just, every time there's a lull, fill it with something. Like I do that, and I really try not to, but I do it a lot. But that's like usually at about the 60% done with the song phase. And then I'll come back the next day and be like, this is way too much. And then cut it back. If you want to see the ultimate example of cutting back in production, Selena's Bad Liar, when we did that song, that shit is the most minimal, like, take everything out, only leave what's needed kind of shit. You know what I mean? So let's check this out with the drums and the bass. So lots of layers again. Actually, I have no idea what that is. Juan, was that? That might have been Juan's. I don't. It's been a year. Fuck off. Oh, this is one of my favorite elements. So tiny, but like probably the most noticeable difference in the second hook. I mean, besides the guitars. Production-wise, I think the most noticeable difference is this little noise. Like, tiny, but so relevant, because first hook, I mean, with the vocal.
Pretty please.
And then,
Pretty please.
it fills a big gap. Tasty. Mwah.
That's pretty neat.
Ain't it?
Pretty,
A lot of layers for those chords. Those like dun dun.
pretty.
These are a ton of shit. Well, okay, it's time to get into the effects though, because there's gonna be a lot of stuff there. So, anyways, oh wait, let's go into the bridge and look at the chord stuff. Okay, this is a. You know what this is? This is
How
when
neat is that?
the sessions. It's really late in the day, and we're like, should we write a bridge? I don't know. Maybe. Ian, you worry about it. Okay. So it's made out of like, just a bunch of shit. Let's go over it. And my debut as a me trying to be Charlie Puth. Where is it?
Pretty.
It's your boy. What's this one? Oh, great. That's embarrassing. Let's go through all these layers. What's this one? Why is that crackling? Oh, because it's not printed. I'm fucking up my session. There's a lot of layers here. Let's go through them.
Pretty.
It's a lot. All right. Oh, and this is a fun thing. That's actually from New Rules. That little vocal sample. Where is it? I think it's I tell them to myself. I'm gonna tell them to myself. But it's like repitched in Melodyne. from New Rules. I don't even know. Oh, I do know. It's because I was desperate for content to put in a bridge because there was no bridge. Nasty ass brass. Nasty brass. Brassy ass mass. That's just default contact brass whatever. Another to go with the my Charlie Puth thing. Again, the layers. Have I mentioned that? Big layers. Where's that fucking hi-hat? I love that shit. Where's that? Where's the fucking cowbell? My favorite thing ever. Where is that? Where the fuck? I literally have no idea where the cowbell is. Literally. Oh, it's in the drums. Ian, you're making an idiot of yourself. Oh. It ends there. That's weird. What sample is that? What sample is that? Let's look. Is it Hit Kit? Yep, Hit Kit. All right, shout out Hit Kit. The legendary Hit Kit, Volume 3. Also, kind of important to check out the timing because it's all like very laxed. Like, if I quantized it, it would be awful. Ew. Ew, right? Listen to that shit. Nah, bro. I mean, it's so off the grid. Very important. I remember watching Flume talk about how he goes back in after and like humanizes his sessions, and that stuck with me forever. And I was just like, oh my God, humanizing. It's like putting the organic back into the, you know, the non-linear editing world. So, Dancing Pineapple, you're trying to have a Q&A. What do you like to start your productions with? I don't know. Anything. It could be a whatever. You know.
That's pretty neat.
Anyways, let's go through. All right, there's a ton of little random shits in the effects category. So let's take a look at some of that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I want me.
That's pretty neat.
Oh, really? Subscribe? Really? Trying to show something, bro. I don't even know where that's from.
That's pretty neat.
Anyways, it goes underneath her yeah.
Where I want me. Yeah. Underneath your body.
Layers, baby.
Yeah. If we take it further, I swear I ain't gonna break. So baby, come join me.
That's pretty neat.
Oh my God, my fucking subscribe noise. Every time I want to show you something, it plays it. I'm gonna turn that shit off. Anyways.
Yes.
Preacher samples.
Yes.
What is this one?
So baby, come join me. Baby, come.
Did anybody ever hear that?
So baby, come join me. Baby, come find me. Baby, don't wind me up. I know that I seem a little stressed out, but you're.
This is some Capsun, I think, sample. It was like vinyl clicks or something, but band chatter. There was a great little beep in here. There it is. So from that, I cut. Wait, let me mute the vocal. I love this transition. Oh, speaking of transitions. Baby, don't wind me up. So it's just a cut up bit of that like distortion. Whoops.
That's pretty neat.
It is. I am turning that fucking noise off. The moment I learn how. How do I start this song? With the bass. How do I start the song with the bass? Not. That's pretty neat. No, that's pretty pleased, baby. Oh, chat room going off. That's how I start the song, like this. That's it. Anyways, let's get back. Let's get back to the FX. Let's look at all these weird little things that are in here. So, there was a choice to not put it there.
I know that I seem a little stressed out, but you're here now and you're turning me on. I wanna feel a
Fill in
different kind of
space.
tension. Yeah, you guessed it, the kind that's fun. Hate it when you leave me unattended, cause I miss ya and I need your love.
Don't overproduce.
When my mind is running wild, could you
Oh, okay. There's something interesting here with the tempo. I don't know if you noticed or if you care, but if you do, it was Julia Michaels' idea to like slow the song down, and then like I would have never thought of that. So fucking props to Julia. She was like, "Oh, it would be cool to like slow the song down and then hit the chorus." I was like, "Okay, cool." So do a sang it, and then I used the tempo track to just match her tempo. Like I didn't want to make her sing it to a click. I wanted her to slow down at whatever rate she wanted to slow down. And then
when my mind is running wild, could you help me slow it down? Put my mind at ease.
and then I based the tempo track on that to just match up with, okay, tempo track, you're way too big. Get out of here. Jeez, dramatic.
When my mind is running wild, could you help me slow it down? Put my mind at ease.
Like the click doesn't even sound that great
When
over
my
it,
mind
but you
is
can
running
notice
wild, could you help me slow it down? Put my mind at ease.
tempo track. Obviously, it happens 3 times.
When my mind is running down, put my mind at ease. Trickle down my.
So
When my mind is running wild, could you help me slow it down? Put my mind at ease. Trickle down my spine.
How neat is that?
great idea, Julia. Great idea. And good job, Ian, in executing the idea. Okay, what were we doing? Oh, yeah, effects and stuff.
Wake me up. That is
Very important. Very important track. Let's look at the effects here.
that I seem a little stressed out. But you're here now, and you're turning me. A different kind of tension. Yeah, you guessed it. The kind that's fun.
Neat.
Oh, this is the swell
The
starting.
kind that's fun. Hate it when you leave me.
It's going up.
Cause I miss ya, and I need your
Super low
love.
volume.
When my mind is running wild, could you help me slow it down? Put my mind at ease.
Another little atmospheric thing that kind of works with this guy. Remember this guy? Our very important little organ. Atmospherics. Layers, baby.
I need your hands on me.
It's quiet, but it's there.
Sweet relief.
What's here? An up. So I'm just like, if you notice, I'm just starting to fill, there's a lot of space in the song. And as it goes on, I'm just starting to fill more of those gaps. That's it. And I'm trying to do it in a way that's not like too distracting from the actual song. So it just subconsciously feels like progression, you know? I mean, I think. What else? So. This is the bridge. You know what's cool is like you could tell like stupid shit like, or sorry, this little guy. Like that's such a tiny little sound in the midst of everything, but you still hear it because there's a space for it. You know what I mean? You can kind of... Not there. Anyways. Little cut up vocal. I don't even know what part of the song it's from. It's probably from the verse or something. The bridge is wacky as shit, to be honest. It's just a bunch of craziness. Like, it is a fun part of the song, but it's definitely like that's not throwaway. I mean, you know, it's fun. It's fun. I feel like the song probably deserved a bridge that we write, but we never got around to writing it, so it's like no one's fault. It's just what happened. You know? What is this? Oh, the horns. That's right. Did you design the super saw sound yourself? Which sound? The bridge has inspired a lot of choices you made recently. Really? Fuck yeah, bruh. Rabbi Dangerous. That's a great name. Will you break down Poster Girl? What the? Dancing Pineapple. What are you talking about? What the hell is Poster Girl? Who is this? How do I learn how to come up with bass? Dancing Pineapple, you need to calm down. You're going to be all right. And stop spamming the chat, punk ass. Asking your question a million times. I don't care if you're pregnant. Oh, I'm just kidding. I love you. I'm just kidding. Fucking idiots. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh my God, relax. All right, moving on. You know what's funny is that I don't even have the vocal processing on this session. It's a bounce.
Oh, you look so pretty, please.
Well, the doubles are separated, and there's also. Oh my God, why is that muted? Oh, probably because I don't want anyone to hear it. Okay, so. Okay, Ian.
That's pretty.
Obviously, this volume should have been like this. Let me mix it the way I would have mixed it. Here we go. Might have been a single. Might have been a single with that. Anyways, that's where it ended up.
That's pretty neat.
What is this? Oh, listen to these vocals on. I'm about to embarrass the fuck out of myself. Can you hear me go? Pretty. I mean, it's like it's barely there in the mix even, but it's there. Layers.
Cause I miss you and I need your love.
Could have been louder.
When my mind is running wild, could you help me slow it down?
No, couldn't have. Fuck it. It's great. All right. Let's go. What else is really cool? Some really great harmonies from Julia.
My mind at ease. Trickle down my spine. Oh, you look so pretty, please. Every single mind at ease. Trickle down my spine. Oh, you look so pretty, please.
Now, mind you, Dua would have done these harmonies. We did this at a later date. Like, Dua's off being a star, you know? So we were just like, oh, let's just hit these harmonies.
Mind at ease. Trickle down my spine. Oh, you look so pretty.
Oh, here's a good, something I like to do a lot. I don't, these are just dedicated to sending it to an echo. They're just for pieces of the vocal that I'm sending to an echo. So this is like just the word ease, right? Here it is soloed. Pretty please. And you can hear it really
my mind at ease. Trickle down my
well, let's go to the first hook where you can actually hear it, but
at ease.
Very tiny.
Pretty please.
So I'm not using a delay like on the whole track. I only want certain words. It's like you could also automate a send. Whatever. This is the way I like to do it. It's just easier for me. Oh my God, there's an unnecessary amount of plugins on this track. I don't know. What kind of automation? We're not doing any automation. Without the plugins? Yeah, it's just raw. Okay. Anyways.
That's pretty neat.
Ungodly amount of... Well, I'll tell you what. Since it's operating at such low volume, that's when I start to use OTT because that just like... It takes your dynamic and expands and compresses over the top. You know what I mean? Lets me have... It lets me have low volume... It lets me get information across at pretty low volume. That's how I use OTT most of the time for shit like this that I want people to hear, like way in the back, but that wouldn't necessarily be as present if it wasn't being expanded and compressed, right? It's very, OTT is a very, very useful tool. Anyways, that's a cool delay thing.
Don't mind me. Come find me. Baby, don't wind me up. I know that it's
Pretty neat.
So I didn't do that to the don't wind me up because I wanted to cut it out. So I printed it, which cuts it off.
Pretty neat.
Oh my God, shut the fuck up. Oh my God, shut the fuck up every time. Never mind, I love it. Because it needs to cut out for the, the little transition.
don't wind me up. Don't wind me up. I know that I seem a little stressed out.
Anyways, I love printing effects. I feel like it gives me more control. Like I can cut off reverbs, violating space. You know what I mean? Layers. Anyways, anywho, what else is there? What have we gone over everything? Does anybody have any questions? Hi, Ian. I often get insecure about what samples to use specifically for kicks and snares, so I put a ton into the session. Too many. Feel you, bro. Lose a lot of time auditioning, ending up with nothing. Yes, it does happen to me. Boy, does it happen to me, Brian. I'll tell you what. If what helps me is think of your layering in terms of like every layer you add will serve a purpose. Like for instance, the kick on this song has 3 layers, I think. What did we say? Like that. That's just transient, But I also need sub. So I have less. So this one has like less high end. Let's see. Did I cut off high end? No. Shut up, Ian. Did I do it over here? Okay. You know what? I do that sometimes. Anyways, the sample itself had not as much high end. So those two are to build one kick, obviously layers, but they both serve a purpose. So when you're throwing shit in, try to, each thing should add like maybe it's complementing frequency wise or texture wise, like, like that's a very tight kick. So if I wanted to, I could layer a room kick onto that of like a, okay, so say I layer in this kick with that. I already have all the low end I need, right? So I'm just going to take the low end out of this kick. The fuck? Just the room. So now I have one kick, but it's roomier. So it's like, well, hold on a second. Wait, what am I doing? Every layer serves a purpose. That was the point I was trying to make. So yeah, that's what it is. All right. Can you actually hear all those layers in the track? Debatable. Niax 333. But like, I like that you said you only hear 4 elements in the song because that's the objective. Is the listener doesn't know how many layers you put on your kick. The listener doesn't know how many things you got going on, but you're making, out of all the details and stuff, you're making a phrase. Like, oh my gosh, what the fuck? In the bridge, for instance, if you like sing it back to yourself, you sing dun 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 dun. So it's like it's a ton of layers, but it's a phrase, and it's like I'm making sure not to give too much information. So like, but I also wanted to have something that, you know, you could like playfully sing to yourself. Like when I'm walking around the house, sometimes I'm just like, pretty, like I'm just like, you know, obviously sounding like an idiot, but like it's memorable, kind of, you know, it's just enough information and it might be a ton of layers, but it sounds like a phrase, a unit, you know, layers. Bong bong, ding ding dong. Phrases, layers, frayers. Darian. Oh, he texted me 20 minutes ago. Oh, shit. The answer is yes. Sweatpants. Shout out Darian. My boy. One of my forever friends. All right. What's up in the chat? All right. Oh shit, he's on YouTube and Twitch. Yeah, restream, bruh. Please talk about the songwriting process. No, I'm not answering any more Dancing Pineapples questions. You're a spammer. Any tips coming up with great bass line? Jesus, look at this guy. Or wait, girl. Right? You're the one that got pregnant or something? You're the one that got pregnant waiting for me to stream. Tips on coming up with great bass lines and drum patterns. Any tips on coming up with great bass lines and drum patterns? Anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions that aren't Dancing Pineapple? It's 5 a.m. here. Give me a break. All right, Dancing Pineapple. My tip for coming up with great bass lines is listen to a lot of Daft Punk and let's see, like the Bee Gees and fuck. I mean, all I'm doing is you know, like all that like Eurohouse shit. Anyways, I'm whatever. That's the only thing I can tell you is listen to a lot of that shit because that shit's the most fun. Anyways, Justice, yes, Justice. Holy shit, Justice. Holy shit. I can't believe I can't believe I even forgot that. Favorite Daft Punk songs? We don't have enough time. Do you organize your samples? Do you have any tips? No, I don't organize my samples, but you know why I don't organize my samples? Because I use Cubase. And Cubase has Media Bay. I'm not advertising for Cubase, but I'm just telling you, it's the fucking best, man. Like, I can search what I think it's like 2 terabytes of samples for like, it works on indexing, right? So it shows me everything. And like, if I like a sample, I rate it. So these are all the samples that I've rated as I like for perk. Or all the kicks I like from 2 terabytes of samples. That means like the Splice, all my Splice stuff, and, you know, the decade or so before Splice was around of collecting shit. And this is everything in probably 15 years that I've rated because preferences just carry over with every version of Cubase. So I don't organize my samples because of that. I just choose the folders that I want it to search in, and I can find like, this is John Ryan's samples that he gave me. This is my friend Accident gave me a bunch of samples. And so on and so on. Like it works on indexings, and it's just, you know, you could see how fast it is because it's literally working off a text file. Basically, that's what a database is, right? Anyways, I don't organize my samples because MediaBay is amazing, because Cubase is the shit. So, how we doing? Let's get higher. Okay. What's your thought process when choosing an arrangement, form, song structure? Man, these are really hard questions. How do you make and create awesome vocal chops? Oh man, it's so easy. It's, you know, I don't actually think I'm good at chops. I think Cubase is just good at chops. Like Cubase just makes it so easy to chop things. Like Cubase's possibilities, and also, you know, obviously all the musical influences make chopping stuff really easy. Like you could see how many fucking, like how aggressively I edit shit. It's because Cubase is awesome. And unlike, Ableton doesn't let you do things like, I mean, maybe they do now. I'm not sure, but like I can adjust fades on all clips, and like I can move around. You can definitely do this in Ableton. Do the slide thing, or it's called slide in Cubase, where I'm like sliding around in the sample. So like it makes cutting up vocal samples really fun because you can, like, for instance, let's watch. I'll show you. Let's take Dua from the pre.
Just out, but you're here now, and you're turning me on.
Let's put her in the bridge.
Ow, please. I seem a little stressed out. Ow, please. I know that I seem a little. Ow, please. I know that I seem a little stressed. Ow, please. Seem a little. Ow, please. Seem a little. Seem a little. Seem a little. Seem a little.
So like if I had a thing that I liked, right? Here's what's so cool about Cubase. I'm gonna slide to like a random part in each little block.
Seem a little. Trying to feel it. Seem a little.
Okay, cool, whatever.
Seem a little. Trying to feel it. Don't attention.
Hold on, I gotta mute all my other shit. Hold on.
Seem a little. Trying to feel it. Don't attention.
Didn't I? Oh,
Seem a little. Trying to feel it. Don't attention.
right. So like now watch. Here's where you can do like really crazy fun things. So say I like chose this, right?
Seem a little. Trying to feel it. Don't attention. You guess. Seem a little. Trying to feel it. Don't
Check it out. Hold on.
attention.
Let
You
me.
guess.
Jeez, look how many fucking tracks are on this shit. All right, hold on. Check it out.
Seem a little. Trying to feel it. Don't attention. You guess. Seem a little.
Now, and here's what makes Cubase so great. I select all of them and slide. So I'm going like random, super random.
Yeah, you guess it. Yes, yeah, need your. Yeah, you guess it. Yes, yeah,
Like,
need
I'm
your.
using
Yeah, you
chaos.
guess it. Yes, yeah, and it's written, that's what I need of.
I'm using chaos to find order. How fucking insane is that? I'm like staring at infinity. You know what I mean? So that's how I do chops. Cubase lends itself to neurotic editing, I guess, or whatever. Okay. Oh my God, Vaughn Oliver's in the fucking chat room. Ladies and gentlemen, the fucking Vaughn is in the chat room. Ladies and gentlemen, the God Oliver is here. Oliver is actually in the, oh my God. Anyways, I'm such a fan. Okay, so hi. Yeah. Oh, hey, yeah. I'm obviously I love Cubase. I don't need to advertise for it. I fucking am like when I say I love Cubase, I mean I love Cubase. I also hate Cubase sometimes, but everyone has a love-hate relationship with their DAW. But man, made my it makes making music like it gives you the ultimate amount of control. I just fucking love it. I'm sorry. And I pay for all my copies. Okay, I'm not endorsed or anything. They're the homies. They're family at this point. All right. Do you take a lot into account harmony while producing classical? You can. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Oh no, I don't know anything about music theory. Man, these Berkeley kids, these classical musicians coming in here. Wait, hold on. Let's do some Q&A. But wait, is there anything else I'm pretty pleased that anyone wants to see? And I understand if you came here late and you missed like the drums or something, don't freak out. This will be on YouTube. So from here on out, I guess we can pretty much wrap Pretty Please, the go over of Pretty Please, and just do some questions, I guess. Lyric writing, please. New Violence. What do you want to know about lyric writing? I'm not good at lyrics, man. That's the actual hard stuff. Oh my God. Okay. Let's see. How's the Xan rehab going? Wait, what? I don't have it. No. Do you need more than 32 gigabytes of RAM to work on this big project? Yeah, probably. I don't know, unless you want to bounce a lot of stuff. Project Logical Editor. Oh, you're right. That is Pizza Slice says Project Logical Editor is another thing in Cubase that is like fucking, I don't know if there's another DAW that does it, but like I'll show you an example of why Project Editor is so sick. Like here, when I'm doing when I'm doing stems, right? And I want to like put a prefix of effects in front of all the names. So like back in the day, or most other DAWs, you got to go, FX blah tab, FX blah tab, whatever, like whatever. So Project Logical Editor is like a mini programming thing in Cubase. So like I made a preset called prefix, which if I want to put like pizza dash in front of all these track names, boom. You know what I mean? Project Logical Editor. And there are so many things you could do with it too. I'm not trying to sit here and tell you how great Cubase is. You can go find out for yourself. But like, they give you all these examples that show you like, on your tracks, like delete any muted event, or, when you select, it's basically, you could just like make your own macros, basically. I think it replaced the macro function. Anywho. Static Visions asks, yo, Ian, when you bounce stems from Mixer, do you group individual tracks together, like instead of 5 hi-hat tracks? That's a really great question. If it's, like, for example, let me see if I did it on this one. Like, you can tell, okay, so check it out. Drum Bus 1, which is these tracks. Like on Drum Bus 1, I have Saturn, which makes a good amount of difference because it's only mixed at 23%. But basically, I'm mixing all the drums with a distorted signal of it. Parallel distortion, if you will. Whatever. So all these track names right now are the names of the stems I gave to the mixer. So I'll have a file called Drum Bus 1, which is going to be exactly what you're hearing. But then underneath it, I'll have Drum Bus 1, a folder called Drum Bus 1. And in that folder, I'm going to have all the individual elements with the prefix DB1 that I use Project Logical Editor to do. So, because I'll be like, look, if you, and I'll tell whoever's mixing the song, I'll be like, if you are cool with it, if you like the way the drums sound, because you're the mixer and I trust you, if you like the way the drums sound, use Drum Bus 1. Or here's what Drum Bus 1 sounds like. Here's the elements of Drum Bus 1. Do like a better version of what I tried to do, And so like I'll always give the mixer an option, unless it's like, something really, like if it's, what's a good example? Okay. High percussion new. Here we go. So as you can see, well, this is, hold on, let me get rid of the track version. Whatever, this is the name of the track version, but I keep these names, the names of these tracks blank because when I export, like, okay, so you'll see when this is the export that I sent to the mixer. You can see that, like, I just take off the names of tracks that I don't want to include. So like, yeah, this is 2 layers, but it might as well be 1. So like, I just made that high percussion new. So yeah, some stuff I, for that reason, or maybe I want to really retain like control of a sound specifically, and I'll usually mention it. And I'll be like, yo, I left the effects in on this thing for this reason, or I left this, stem, this bus like as a 2-track for a reason. If you really want the stem, let me know, and I'll give it to you. But like, so yeah. All right, let's catch up on the chat. Cloudology, if you don't know music theory, how are you structuring your chords on this song? By ear? Yeah, it's all by ear. But it started with the bass. And so like I played the bass line, and usually when I'm in a session with Julia, I'll play something until she goes, that's cool. And I'll be like, oh, okay, cool. So it started with the bass line, and then like it's by ear. And a lot of the times there's tons of, mistakes theory-wise, and there's probably tons of things I could have done better if I knew music theory, but at this point, I'm not, that's smart people stuff. So, Steve asks, Ian, could you talk more about beans? Steve, you know what? I don't know. Oh God, Dancing Pineapple. Ian, darling, how do you guys come up with melodies with Julia and Dua? Guitar, ? You are precious, Dancing Pineapple. I don't know what the answer to your questions are. how many hours did you put into, okay, here's a good one. How many hours did you put into this song roughly, like doing production? I don't know, like a week-ish, a month? No, a week, a couple weeks probably, on and off. Like, I definitely went through a few phases with this song of feeling like I ruined it, and then going, you know, like I made the drums like really bright, and then I realized it sucked the next day and went back. So, yeah, about a week, full days, you know. Yeah, I don't have the vocal chain on this session, unfortunately. Do you sound design useful, or does someone else do it? I do everything. But, I mean, I'll have like additional production. Like this has some additional production from my boy Juan. And did Vic do stuff on this? I can't remember. But Juan did some guitars on this. But yeah, all the I mean, I do the sound design myself to the degree that I find the samples and put them in myself, you know. I take the papers from the engineers and I talk them to the people. What's that Office Space thing? So what would you say you do here? I'm sound designing. I'm good with people. At night, do you dream of producing? No. Do you start songwriting sessions with short loops and bare instruments or full production? That's a good question. I'll show you. I'll show you a folder. Hold on. I'll show you a folder. Oh, wait, I should do this off screen. Too much porn, you know? Hold on a second. Bounce. CPR. Okay, here. So this is an example of sometimes what I'll present to sessions. Like, I might have a loop that I made that I like and be like, hey, what do you think of these chords, you know? I don't get a reaction. I'm like, okay, fuck it, next thing. Sometimes it's this much. Sometimes it's just a drum beat. Oh no, this has some shit on it. Like, when I told you I bat like 8%, I'm not lying. Do you know how many shitty tracks I have that, like, the only reason I'm playing these is because these have been around for a while and no one has ever been like, I like that, let's fuck with it. No one. That's what, I mean, some of them have. But like, no one's ever, this is just a beat. Like a drum sound. So like, I might start a session like I have these drum sounds I like, or I've been fucking with, you know? And, wait, what is this? Oh my gosh. Oh, this actually turned into a song. The song wasn't that good. But anyways, the point being, I just keep blank files. The point being, it can start with just chord progression, or, you know, sometimes like Julia loves to just go from chords, you know? Like, she loves to tell me to stop fucking with the drums and just play some chords. All right. I guess we're probably going to call it at that because I have eaten how many of these? I don't know. You know, it's about that. We're getting about that time. So thank you for tuning in. And I'm just happy that, oh yeah, one more thing actually. So we did Pretty Please again. I'm going to do, I think, Selena's Look at Her Now. I'm going to do that session because that last time I did that one was on Instagram Live. And this is only because I see the shit get reposted on YouTube and it's such terrible quality and it's embarrassing, honestly. And, you know, if what I wanted to achieve from putting it online, which was to convey, you know, how things were done and, you know, what I used to do, whatever, like, the goal is to convey that information, and I can do that much better now with my streaming setup and stuff. So I'm going to do these run-throughs again. So I'm going to do Selena's Look at Her Now, and then I think Don't Start Now is okay. I mean, it's pretty miserable on YouTube, but maybe later on. But and then New Rules also, which I don't think is online. I don't remember. But anyways, like, it's just when I was getting my shit together for streaming, you know, the resolution was bad and audio was all off and stuff. And I mean, you know, granted, I still have problems, but it's definitely You know, at least you're getting 60 frames per second here, you know? What do you think I'm going to watch it? No, I'm not making that joke. Okay. Yeah, that's about it. All right, guys, I love you. Let's talk later. I'm like hanging up a phone. Okay, bye.